So we are a military family. We've been living in Texas for about 3 years, and our house has been on the market for 59 days. We have had lots of showings, zero offers, and I don't know if it's the housing market or if it's our house. We are running out of time, guys. Maybe you can tell me, why won't our house sell? Okay, guys, day 59 of trying to sell our house. I'm gonna show you the entryway. A lot of you were curious, what does the house look like? I don't know, maybe you guys can help us sell it. So here's what our entryway looks like. First thing they see. Okay, so here's our entryway. It has fresh paint. It used to be like a dark rusty orange color, which I couldn't stand, so we freshened it up and lightened it up with like a cream colored paint. We try to keep it swept and clean, and yeah, I don't know if there's any feedback on the entryway. Let me know.
Americans can't sell their homes in 2025, and of course there's many different reasons. I appreciate the feedback loop that she's given, right? Like, this is what her front porch looks like, right? Like, I don't know if this is a good front porch or a bad front porch. Some people love it, some people don't. I'm not here to debate this is probably the reason why she's selling her home or not, but you've got so many people across the United States who are just like hesitant on buying a home as we speak, and there's many different reasons, right? Like, some people just can't afford to buy a home. Some people don't want to move out of their low interest rate homes because the higher interest rates that they were to move are not even, it doesn't even make sense. There's so many different reasons. And her in specific, she lives in Texas, so you all know there's not a lot of people trying to move up into Texas as we speak. And also, one more thing, the cost of homes, right? The average home cost in America today is absolutely ridiculous. But out of the many different reasons, I think it's phrasing up a bigger picture of what's to come within the housing market. And I don't know, the Fed just cut rates a couple weeks ago, and now the government shut down. There's so many different things happening within the United States, but we're all going to cover it within a couple videos. It's crazy, y'all. But I got more videos in here you're absolutely going to love. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well for more great content like this. Let's get to the rest of the video.
All right, guys, so bittersweet day. Got this listing over here in Corona. I am happy to announce that I have canceled the listing, and I no longer want to work with people like this who are unrealistic and drag you along in a never-ending journey. I brought in multiple offers for this property, and the seller is just unagreeable. This house needs a lot of work, and he's unwilling to give any kind of budget for it, or any money credits or anything like that. And when the offers came in at the price that it should sell for, he came up with these weird negotiating tactics to try to get more money, and it simply didn't work. So I dragged this along as much as I could, but I'm done with it. I'm done working for someone that is unrealistic.
Yeah, you're seeing this across. You got so many people who have equity in their homes, and they're seeing the home values, they get their homes reappraised and all these different things, whatever the case is, and they're trying not to lose money on selling their home. They're trying to get some of that equity out without doing a cash out refinance or whatever the case is. But the home is probably worth, it's probably worth like $400,000. Really, it could sell for that much, but they're trying to sell it for like $600,000-$700,000. And people are just like fed up, right? They're sending the offers of what it's actually worth. And I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening in this situation, but you're seeing this happen across the board. If you bought a home within 2019, 2018, all the way up to like 2020, like, you really cashed in on the market with the low interest rates. And then even the home values they were right there in the middle. So if you got a home within that time, home prices skyrocketed since then. So many people, they're getting in the market now, and it's like, oh, I got all this money, all this value came up in my home, and now I'm trying to cash out. But in actuality, people are just not going to buy these homes. So the biggest thing now is just to figure out, do I actually want to sell my home, or can I like live in it and maybe cash out free refinance or whatever the case is, if you actually need that money right now as we speak. Other than that, most people are not buying homes like off the rip right there.
Here's an example of how completely broken the housing market is. This look like a nice house, guys? This look like something that maybe in Texas would pull $350,000, maybe? Well, this is a brand new home, and it's been on the market for 4 months for $1.7 million.
No way. And don't get me wrong, this home is in Oregon, right? Like, I just don't get it though. $1.7 million and it's 2,400 square feet. What are we even talking about right now? But I mean, hey, maybe it's sold. I don't know where this home is now. Like, what's the upstate? Maybe somebody got it. But still, y'all, this is crazy. That's a crazy price. I don't know.
No, because the price of the home that I have pulled up on my computer right now absolutely baffles me, okay? If you guys don't know, my husband and I have been looking for a home, and to say that we were pretty shocked at what it takes to buy a home nowadays when we really dove into it is an understatement, but we're trying our best. And we've gotten pretty used to the stickers that we're seeing here in New England, especially in towns that have good school systems, all of that stuff. However, there are houses that still pop up sometimes that absolutely blow my mind. I'm gonna show you the house, but again, it's New England, good school system, cute little Northeast New England vibes. Okay, so keep that in mind, but I want you to mentally guess or even put in the comments what you initially guess this home price is just by looking at it, okay? I will tell you at the end. So here's the home. It is 1,300 square feet. There is this little patch of yard here. It is on much less than an acre of land, like 0.1 something, if that, okay? There's not much of a backyard back there. I would say it's pretty similar to maybe this in the backyard, if that. No room on the sides. We've got neighbors right there, okay? Let's just take a look at the streets. Okay, we've got a renovation going on next door, probably not anymore, but this is from 2025 Google Maps. Really cute New England vibes. Maybe possibly haunted. Got a cemetery over there, but to each their own, you know? Really, really sweet street. You know, kind of off of a main street, but the street itself looks pretty quiet. We've got some walkers, some more really cute New England homes. Very, very cute, I would say. But I would say the surrounding houses are very, very nice. And then we have this home, okay? I want you to guess what this house specifically is on this street. $650,000.
What?
$650,000 for a 1,300 square foot home, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, not 1.5 bath, 1 bathroom in the whole house. It is a cute little house, don't get me wrong. There's no knock against that house at all, but $650,000 for that house.
Absolutely ridiculous. There is no way, y'all. Like, I don't know if that's just an up north thing where it's just not enough like space. I have no idea. We don't know the additional context. Maybe there's something renovated on inside. I have no. Maybe it's a hot area. I know some cities and some states have, like, you know, hot areas where it's more expensive to live in this area versus. I have no idea. But $650,000 for that right there. I can't even get it out. That's crazy. Look at this. It's like a little shack, you know, and nice house. Like, it's not a bad looking home, but seriously, what are we even talking about right now? But anyways, before we finish the rest of this video, I gotta give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan.
The economy feels like it's running people over lately. And speaking of getting hit, let's talk about Morgan & Morgan. Now picture this, you're crossing the street, minding your own business, maybe even listen to your own playlist. Some guy in the car decides that brakes are just a suggestion. Not only are you on the ground, but your dignity is too. That's when the right legal team matters most. There's a reason cars are built with brakes, just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Over 1,000 lawyers, 4,000 staffs, and their motto is simple, for the people. That means if you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid, not giant corporations or insurance companies. Because, let's be honest, if I get hit by a car, the last thing I'm gonna do is call my mom. Like, yeah, mom, I just got hit by a car. Do you know a lawyer? Nope, I'm opening my phone, filing a claim with Morgan & Morgan, and then calling mom. Priorities. And it really is that simple. You can file a claim within just minutes from your phone, quicker than it takes to argue with the driver who swears, I didn't see you. Best part, you pay nothing up front. Morgan & Morgan only gets paid if they win your case. No surprise bills, no lawyer fees, draining your bank account while you're in a neck brace. So if you've been injured, your case could be worth millions. Whether it's a car accident, a slip and fall, or anything else, you can go to forthepeople.com/jreed or click the link in the description to start your claim today. It only takes minutes, and remember, they don't get paid unless you do.
Oh, you're
you're nosy. I like it. Okay, let me show you my completely average looking house that I paid like almost $1 million for. Just a fair warning, it's messy. I've been working long hours, multiple nights in a row, and my husband's been starting to work part-time as well. So she messy. Don't judge. I'm just a normal person, okay? Thank you. Here is my bedroom. It's got some blackout curtains so you can probably barely see anything. Here is my office where I'm doing my TT. This is my get ready station where I do my hair and makeup like I am a teenager and not a 40-year-old. Here is my one bathroom that I share with 5 people, including 2 teenage daughters. Well, my husband just reminded me that one of my daughters is actually a tween, not a teen. Incredibly messy kitchen. Here's the living room and the dining room. Here are my industrial strength fans. I use these instead of air conditioner. That's why my house is 78 degrees. Just for privacy reasons, I'm not gonna show you my kids' bedroom because that's their business. But I'll show you my favorite spot, and that's outside.
Okay.
Here is my back patio where I do most of my filming.
Okay.
And there are our only pets. They're chickens. They give us some food. And that is what $815,000 will get you.
No way. I'm sorry. $815,000. Where? Like what city, what state? Like there, y'all. You know, I'm gonna let the rest of the video speak for itself. I can talk about this all day. This is crazy.
On a serious note, like, why is the housing market so crazy right now? Like, this house across the street from my mom's house right now is for sale, and the last time it sold, it was like $280,000. Right now, it's listed for sale for $400,000, and it's like everywhere like this. Like, these older mining houses that people were paying $70,000 to $90,000 for are well into the mid $100,000s, and they need a ton of work. They're outdated. They need new windows or a roof or whatever. But it's like I looked at a single wide trailer because I was like, oh, I could put something like that on my land. They're smaller. I don't want anything big. They're like $100,000.
House update. Drum roll, please. Our dream home accepted a different offer, and we are officially taking our house off of the market. So our contract with them ended on Saturday, and then on Sunday we received an offer from this family, and it was a low offer, so we went back and forth a little bit.
I live in Utah, and we're being priced out of our state. I'm born and raised in Utah, and I'm 28 years old. My husband is also 28. We have a little boy. I work part-time as a nail technician, and my husband works full-time, and we both do side hustles, and we don't pay for childcare because the way our schedules rotate, and we can't afford a house. Unless the housing market crashes and homes are cut in half by 50%, the reality is we're going to have to move somewhere else. So if anyone has any recommendation anywhere further east than Colorado, it's really beautiful. I love trees. That's why I love Utah. My dream would be to be in Washington or Oregon, but that's just probably not realistic ever, at least for the next like 5 years or so. But I've heard Tennessee is beautiful. Being from Utah, I have no experience at all with natural disasters. So if anyone has any recommendations, I'd really appreciate it.
Our house has been on the market for 16 days, which in hindsight for national average is probably not that long. But why does selling your house feel like you're in a toxic relationship? I'm so tired of packing up my kids and the dogs and leaving this house spotless just to have someone come in. It's like, do you like it? After every showing, I just like sit here and I'm like, all right, is that the one? Is this gonna be it? I need to probably stop thinking that way because that's probably what is messing with my head. I am so ready for this process to be over. We move the end of this month, and I pray to God every day that someone's gonna buy this.
Yep, and this is the typical, you know, experience of what we're seeing right now. And hopefully they had success in selling their homes, right? Like some of these homes are just sitting and sitting and sitting for months on end. And I'm not saying that all homes are not selling, because there are still people out here that are buying homes. I'm not gonna come on here and say that, but at the end of the day, like, it's not like what you really think. Like, don't get me wrong, these people have a lot of equity in their homes. These people have a lot of money invested. The value went up, you know, the market went crazy and all these different things, but a lot of people can't, you know, cash out on that money that their home value went up on. But at the end of the day, it just depends on the situation. Some homes are selling. Some areas are actually hot right now with selling homes. It totally depends on where we're at. But this is just what's going on right now within America. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well for more great content like this. I will see you next video. We out. Let's go.